Observing my wife pretend she wasn't cheating on me was fascinating, even though I had known the truth for quite some time. There were moments when I felt pity for her, but I quickly snapped out of it, realizing I was dealing with a deceitful liar with no conscience. That's when I began my own deceitful game. The harsh truth is that unexpected adversity can strike at any time, a lesson I learned through personal experience. I am Alexander Eriksson, a 43-year-old Scandinavian man, who once believed his life was perfect. I had 2 wonderful children, a loving wife named Lisa, good health, a beautiful home, a stable job, supportive parents, a circle of friends, and a solid financial situation. I held a well-paying position at the local real estate administration, overseeing maintenance for schools, daycare centers, and senior homes in the area. So, it was a devastating shock when I sensed that my marriage with Lisa was in trouble. My ordeal began on an ordinary Thursday evening while tidying up the new hobby room in my basement. This room had been a recent project, converted after I replaced the oil burner and tank with a connection to the municipal central heating system. I had painted the walls, laid new flooring, and sorted through junk for disposal at the recycling station. As I searched for a small bag for plastic jars and bottles, the truth began to dawn on me. I walked into the kitchen and grabbed a reusable grocery bag from the cupboard. Those plastic bags were ideal for such purposes. There was nothing unusual about the bag I chose. It bore the familiar vibrant logo of the supermarket chain where we typically shopped. As I placed the first item into the bag, I noticed a receipt tucked at the bottom. To this day, I can't quite explain why I picked up that receipt, as I usually paid no mind to our grocery expenses. However, things took a dramatic turn when I realized the receipt was from a supermarket located 35 kilometers away from our hometown. What's more, it was dated and timed for when my wife Lisa should have been at work. Lisa didn't have any work-related responsibilities outside of town, especially not as a bank teller. If she had undertaken such an unusual errand, she would have surely informed me, given her habit of sharing gossip about the bank where she worked. Sure, I could have immediately approached her, but I wasn't anticipating uncovering the truth. Therefore, I opted to seek out the real facts through alternative means, although I had a strange sense that the answer might not be to my liking. Lisa is a stunning Nordic beauty, tall and blonde, with 2 children and remarkably youthful at 39. When I first met her at a dance, I was just an ordinary guy, neither wealthy nor a famous athlete nor even a tough military veteran. Although I had encountered Lisa before and shared a dance, I had never attempted to pursue a closer relationship with her. However, this particular evening was different. I can't explain why, but I found her irresistibly captivating. I held her closer, complimented her hair, dress, and perfume. Although I didn't anticipate any significant outcome from such simple gestures, especially considering she was surrounded by numerous attractive men throughout the evening, I was glad to share another dance with her, this time to a slow melody. I was stunned and filled with pride when Lisa hugged me close and whispered in my ear, "Save the last dance for me." Naturally, I obeyed. After that memorable final dance, she escorted me to my apartment, and after a few tender moments, we ended up in my bed. Despite my strong desire, I managed to keep my composure until Lisa reached the climax. Our relationship developed, and each meeting surpassed the previous one. Soon we fell head over heels in love with each other. We got married 2 years later when she was 25 and I was 29. Our children, Linda and Lucas, were born 3 and 5 years after our wedding, respectively. Both Lisa and I had failed relationships and several partners before we found each other, and we found this experience useful because it taught us that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Lisa never denied receiving attention from men while out with her friends or even when we were together. However, I never doubted her assertion that she found it annoying to be constantly hit on and that she was content with our relationship and satisfied with our sex life. The puzzling question remained, why was she in the neighboring town during her working hours? I had hoped for a plausible explanation, but my unease lingered. Lisa's close friend, Anna Grund, lived in their hometown, approximately 15 kilometers away. Due to technical issues, another cell phone provider had better coverage in their village, prompting residents to use that provider's network to avoid expensive roaming charges between different providers. Lisa and Anna opted for long conversations on the landline, which offered a low monthly flat rate with no additional charges based on usage time. Although I felt guilty about it, I decided to set up a simple scheme involving Lisa when she went to get her hair done for a party we were attending later that evening. I purchased an electronic phone recording device and set it up in my basement home office, testing it to ensure it worked. On Monday evening, I put my plan into action by telling Lisa, "Someone at work told me something amusing today. He claimed to have seen someone who looked exactly like you in the neighboring town last week. Apparently, she resembled you so much that he thought she could be your twin sister. Have you ever heard about her?" I noticed a flicker of concern in her expression as she responded, "No, but it would be interesting to meet her." Typically, Lisa arrived home an hour before me. If Anna, who worked as a nurse, was at home during that time, they would often have lengthy phone conversations. On Tuesday after work, I feigned having some tasks to complete at home, which was not uncommon, and retreated to my home office to listen to the recordings. After some tedious chatter, Lisa got straight to the point. "Alexander nearly startled me yesterday with a story about a guy who claimed to have seen someone who looked just like me in the next town, thinking I was Lisa's doppelganger, like a twin sister." Anna replied, "Oh my God, how did you respond?" Lisa said, "I thought it might be amusing to meet her." Anna asked, "You actually consider that? Did he mention your twin sister's husband?" Lisa replied, "No, but I need to be more cautious next time. Maybe wear a wig or something. Do you happen to have an old black wig?" Anna confirmed, "Yes, I do. We can use that. By the way, have you made any plans yet?" Lisa answered, "We're aiming for next week, but it depends on whether Douglas can get off work after lunch that day. He's quite busy, you know." "And you? Do you have the nest reserved for tomorrow?" Anna responded, "Yes, I have, and I'm eagerly anticipating it." Lisa concluded, "We're such foolish women." Anna agreed, "Indeed we are." Lisa added, "But why should we refuse some thrilling extra attention as long as we don't harm our husbands?" Anna assured her, "Even they'll get what they need, don't you think?" Lisa agreed, and from there, they shifted to discussing Lisa's upcoming 40th birthday party, which I had committed to arranging as a surprise for her. I would have preferred to endure a hard blow from a baseball bat than endure that phone call, which undoubtedly spelled serious trouble for my family. The implications for our innocent children, who might end up in some form of shared custody in the future, were particularly distressing. Once I had overcome the initial shock, I decided that her extravagant party would not go as planned. One thing was certain, both Lisa and Anna had secret lovers with whom they rendezvoused in a clandestine nest in the neighboring town. Lisa was involved with someone named Douglas, a rather uncommon name in our country, mostly associated with noble families. Tracking down this Douglas became my primary objective. After an extensive search of the online phone directory, I found only 2 individuals named Douglas in our town and its vicinity. Subscribing to and searching through the semi-legal credit registry online proved to be a worthwhile investment, providing further details about these 2 men. It revealed that one of them was a 67-year-old retired school teacher, whom I deemed an unlikely candidate as Lisa's lover. The other, Douglas Lindbergh, was far more intriguing. He was a 34-year-old technical engineer, married with 2 children. However, my only hesitation stemmed from the discovery of another 31-year-old Douglas in the neighboring town. My next course of action involved composing a letter to Anna's husband, Robin. "Dear Robin, it's important for you to be aware, as many of your friends and acquaintances already are, that Anna is involved in an extramarital affair.